Okay, you guys, so I'm going to do, like, really quickly why I switched to cloth pads. So, a lot of girls have switched to cloth pads due to extremely heavy periods, because they believe it's changed their menstrual cycle. I actually can say somewhat yes and no. That's one of them. A lot of people change because they're allergic to a lot of the stuff in a regular pad, and that's like the majority of the reason. And then there's a lot of people who change because it's actually really better on the environment, and it's not wasteful as it would be to use cloth menstrual pads. Now, the menstrual pads that I have in front of you are from, the smallest one is from, really quickly, from Cloth Junkie. Front bleeder 9-inch. The pink one, hot pink one in the middle, between the black one. Kitty Cat Cloth 10-inch. Yes, it's everything. Cloth pad. Then, I believe that's a moderate. And then it's a regular absorbently from Crafty Nook and Black with Minnie Mouse. And then the last one is Kitty Cat Cloth 11.5-inch heavy. I actually think both of those are heavies, matter of fact. Let me correct myself. So both of those are heavies. And like I say, it's 11.5-inch. Yes, it's everything. Catfish. This pad has, the blue pad has held up, has been destroyed more times than I can count. And it's worn just about every cycle. I'm going on my 5th cycle. So, before I got all into what the pads were, in case somebody asks where they come from, if you're looking for the pads, you can, like, know where to get them. So, that's our main reason why a lot of people change. One is, like I said, for allergy issues, eco-friendly issues, and some people, actually, the last one would be endo. So, a lot of people have endometriosis. I can't say it right, but extremely heavy bleeding where not even a regular pad, a thick, plush maxi pad from Walmart, Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, wherever you get your pads from, can hold up, mainly from Walmart, like the super thick ones that look like diapers, can actually handle a mega flow, as the Flow of the Goddess would say. Check her out on YouTube. You need to watch her channel if you want to know what a mega flow looks like and sounds like. I'm just going to be honest. And you can also find her on Facebook at the Flow of the Goddess. She has a cloth pad shop in the UK. She has one of the most heaviest menstrual cycles. Period. Like, these pads that I'm showing you, maybe the 11.5-inch might be the smallest short pad, because 11.5 is actually quite long for other people, but that might be nothing compared to how fast she bleeds. So she probably can kill a considerably heavy pad. And she actually do have some Kitty Cat cloth pads. Matter of fact, I watched one of her videos. That is probably, that pad probably would last her less time than the average person. And I actually can wear that Kitty Cat cloth pad for about 6 hours straight without, like, bleeding off of it. And I'm just giving it in retrospect. So my period is not as bad for the people who have endo or extreme bleeding, where, you know, it's diagnosed by a doctor. So when I started doing the research, those were the things that I found that a lot of people were switching to, from regular pads from Walmart to cloth pads. And then there was a big group of people who use cups, but I do not. They were, you know, they switched to more eco-friendly menstrual products, and I know cups are one of them. So I did a lot of research before I started, and actually had already used a soft cup, and I like the soft cup, and soft cup worked. That was 2012, 2011. So I didn't know anything about a cloth pad, but I knew what the soft cup was, and I was really into like the environment. So I saw it at Walmart and I bought it. Now you can buy the soft cups at CVS. So at the time, I was buying the pads from like Walmart, and I decided to like try a soft cup here and there. I did not wear a backup pad in case of leaking. I never had any leaks when I wore them. I think I wore one overnight one time and I didn't have any issues. I didn't really mind the messiness because it was like a new concept. This is 2011. So it was like 2012, 2013, and then I had a few left in 2014, and I just like eventually went back to wearing regular like pads from Walmart. But on and off I wasn't wearing them for like a year straight. I wear one day just to experiment with it. So it was like maybe a handful, maybe like 5 cycles from maybe 2012 into 2011, so to 2014, and maybe 5 or 6 cycles that I actually like would wear them here and there. So I was just starting out to like get the feel of what it was like. So really on and off 2 years, because I bought it was like the end of like December or something, the end of like 2011, and then I really didn't like know like what a cloth pad was. Like I said, I didn't know anything about it. I've heard of the menstrual cups, the Diva cups, but they were very expensive. So I bought like maybe 1 or 2 boxes of the soft cup because I lost one when I moved. And I just bought another box and I just kept it around. And like I said, I didn't wear them that often, but I did have them and I did like them. So 2016, I started doing more research on reusable stuff. And I came across this plethora of information on YouTube, and I eventually got to this point to where I was very much so interested in wearing them, and I was having allergic issues to the plastic and whatever chemical was in it, because it would break my skin out really bad, and my skin would be like semi raw, and I just got tired of that. And a lot of that comes from just wearing them and then just being sweaty and uncomfortable. I didn't feel like my period was really heavy. I felt like it was like slightly heavy, slightly normal. I didn't think I needed to switch to cloth pads because a regular pad couldn't maintain me. That was not the case. I switched just because I was sick of having like skin irritation and issues from wearing a regular pad. So 2016, I did a lot of on and off reviews, like looking at stuff. Then early this year, I really dove back into it because I was doing the research, watching videos on and off. And then 2017, I was very, very, very determined to get a cloth pad. So for about 6-7 months, I really did a lot of research. I watched a lot of videos. I just didn't go out and buy a cloth pad. I just really learned what the fabrics were, what was the best absorbency, what was the best core absorbency, what was the best backer, if there's possibility of being allergic. I really, really dove into getting the information down, so when I talk to people about it, it wouldn't be a taboo thing, and I wouldn't sound uneducated when I decide to switch. So that's what I decided to do. So that's why I have all the pads I have. The only thing I just did not have knowledge of, and you will not have knowledge of that perfectly, is until you buy them, is a length that you like. But everything else fabric wise, I knew exactly what I wanted to get, and I knew I wanted to get bamboo cotton velour because it was antibacterial. It's an antibacterial fabric, and it was the best fabric for gushing, because that was my main issue was gushing. So that's really how I found the pads I liked. That's kind of some of my story, some of it, not all of it, about why I switched to cloth pads. But I'm going to do a separate video of just the gushing situation. But just for the overall why I started basically because, like I said, all of the issues with skin irritation. And I really was into alternative methods. and not relying on one thing. I'd had no problem after I did the research. At first I thought it was really strange that people would hand wash cloth pads. It was very new. Like, I was like, strange, but I'd watched extensive videos on different ways to sanitize and clean them properly before I even ordered my first one. So that really was like the big thing for me. Now I'm going to very quickly talk about my cycle. Now I don't have, like I said, a heavy cycle as far as like bleeding off of pads and stuff. But I would notice that I actually now realize I needed longer pads. Like really long pads. Like a 14-inch pad is a dream for me. It's actually a goal in my mind for overnights. And the shortest pad that I eventually realized I needed was a 9.25 inch. A 9-inch pad is just too short. I normally wear 9-inch pads on the start and on the end on my lightest days. And that's like at the very like last day when we do it. I'd be so happy. I'd be so excited to use that small pad because I know that this is this is the end of like the torture. So I just have a regular flow. I just need pads with flannel inside of them. I've noticed that flannel base pads or pads with some flannel and then or terry cloth, or some of them have bamboo something in them. Bamboo terry with Zorb works for me. And the black pad, this pad right here, has Zorb in it, but it's also 2 layers of flannel. I cannot wear just a basic flannel pad. I mean a basic Zorb pad, due to the fact that I have gush issues and Zorb is prone to compression leaks, and I never know when it comes, and sometimes it's 30-minute window, sometimes it's an hour, on and off, non-stop. And my sleep is worse. When I sleep, it's like horrible. So I picked out the fabrics and the absorbencies that I like from particular makers, and I did a lot of research, and I stalked kitty cat cloth for like 6 months straight. I'm not lying. And several other pad shops, and just looked and saw how their pads sold out, or if they stocked every day. I came across York Craft, which was a blessing. Her pad is not shown in this like array of pads because I just pulled out the ones that I use. But I do use a lot of York Craft, and I like a lot of her toppers fabrics. So that's really what I got, and I actually like all the cloth pads. I think if you want to try them, just do the research, find out what you like. Don't just buy a pad just to be buying a pad. Make sure that you do the research so you know, like, okay, this pad is going to have this level of absorbency. Is it antibacterial? Does it deal with yeast infections? I know Minky pads do that. Is there a possibility I'm going to have a allergic reaction? I think polyester fleece is the one that a lot of people are allergic to. So be mindful when you order them. There's an array of toppers, backers, cores. Do your research. Join a lot of groups on pad groups on Facebook. Not just of menstrual cycles, but of the pad shops or pad groups themselves. So you can like watch and ask a lot of questions, see a lot of pictures, because picking out the pad you like takes time. Okay, took me 6 months, okay, to do the research. It's going to take you even longer to find a shape, because not everyone, because this is actually considered a shape pad. Not everyone likes front bleeders, and everyone likes wide, thick pads, because this is actually a pretty thick plush pad. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people want, this one's not as thick. I don't think so, no. This is a little thick, but some people basically like thin pads with just Zorb, and their menstrual cycle can deal with just Zorb. Not everybody's cycle can deal with that. So just be mindful of the shapes. Like, some pads come in the shape of a bat. I've seen a lot over the past almost year from starting to do the research to wearing them on my cloth pad journey. So just be mindful of all of these different factors. And I know a lot of people talk about price, but I'm not going to talk about price. in depth. I'm just going to say buy what you can afford. If you can only afford a couple pads at a time, or one pad, or however your money is, don't go out maxing credit cards and stuff trying to get all these pads, because you're not going to know what you like until you try them for like 3 cycles back to back. By the time you get to your 3rd cycle using the same pad, you will know if you really like the pad, the shop, how it's made, or whatnot. You're really going to know like how much you like that pad. The first time you use a pad, it may not even get sold. The second time it might get some sold. By the 3rd time it might just get obliterated, and then you might know, okay, this pad works. So that's really why I started using cloth pads, and some of the things I've learned. This is like a brief overview of everything and whatnot. I hope that this video helps somebody out there who wants to try cloth pads. Like I say, once again, do your research. Stay on a budget. If you know you want to use cloth pads, start putting a couple dollars to the side each paycheck. As you're doing your research and you're sure you want to buy them, just put some money to the side and get them, because like Kitty Cat Cloth, for example, her cloth pad shop sells out in 17 minutes. Like, that's how great of a craft she has. That's how good she is at her craft. That's how good she is at making cloth pads. And everybody that buys from her shop just about be on it. The same people that you see in her Facebook group be sitting at the computer waiting for the pads to drop. I even did a video on my phone of how fast the pads sell out. I'm going to do an in-depth review on her pads. They actually sell out that quick. It's really imperative to know what you're going to order and what you're going to like. Matter of fact, I ordered this pink one so fast I forgot it was pink. I did not realize the pad was pink until I just looked at it. Like this cycle, I was so happy to get a pad from her shop because I had to order some before. I just ordered a 10-inch moderate, a 10-inch heavy that I like because I had 9.5-inch moderates. I just ordered the like quickest pad I thought was cute. I did not really have an opportunity to look at the color. I just snatched it up real quick with the little coins I had, and like she sent it to me. I'm so serious. That's like a true story. So some cloth pad shops sell out faster than others, and some stock every day. So just be mindful. That's why it's very imperative that you know what fabric is what and what's made with the pad and how the shop runs, because a lot of times you only get a few seconds with very, like, I'm not going to say popular, obsessed cloth pad shops, because that's really what it is. Some girls buy cloth pads as a hobby, as a collectible, and some of us buy them because we need them, and a lot of times they sell out because both type of people are up there on the internet trying to get a pad. So just be mindful of that. And like I say, save your money. Hopefully you enjoyed my video. Hopefully you learned a lot. Leave any comments down in the description box. Really quickly. I would like to say hi to everybody. I'm sorry I've been away. I have a lot of stuff going on. So if you see this video and you're looking for a hair tutorial or a other review for makeup and hair care and stuff, I will be making videos for that. I have not forgot. But just put a comment down in the description box of if you are, even if it's not on the topic, if you want to see a particular product from the other type of videos I do, please leave that down there. I'm glad to be back making videos. See you guys in the next one, and bye you guys.